Hey, we're live. Hey, good morning. 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. Hope you're doing well today. It's another episode of the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. Ooh, do. And I have a little doggy, and it's a Jerry today. And Jerry's like, I'm as comfortable. Hey, today I want to talk about the art of saying no. A couple of instances of no, and there was a post by Agile at Otter Tim. So it's probably Tim Otter is his full name, but he calls himself the Agile Otter Tim, which I like that. He needs an otter mascot though for his logo. We'll talk about that. And I said something about the art of saying no in response to the video he posted. So I'm going to talk about a little bit of that and my experience just recently on when I said no one too many times. So we'll share that today. And it's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master at Agile Coach. And here we talk about Scrum and Agile in a practical and tactical way so you can bring value to your customer. This is a big value discussion. Without working crazy hours, getting home to family and friends, having some fun, and enjoying life and enjoying work. And I was showing off on a video last night. I did a run after my wife got home with the kids and picked up these kerosene lighter torches. And these were used with old steam engines. I'm just showing off because they're neat, I think. And what they do is they light these, and if gas was escaping through the cylinders and all that, it would move the flame off the lamp. And what was interesting, so this one here, we bought because, I don't know if you could see it, right there. It says Pennsylvania Railroad, PRR. That's old for Pennsylvania Railroad. It's pretty dented as old. And then this one I got, I was like, oh, I should say, I got the one. It wasn't much money. It was a little bit. It was nice thing to find locally, and I had to drive out to get. And then this one, I didn't see the markings. I'm like, hey, it's not marked. What would you want for it? So it's a little bit less. But then as I was driving home, I found a mark on the bottom of it. So this is also railroad. It just marked differently, a little slightly different. But that was a case where I didn't say no. Typically, I wouldn't get extra stuff if it's not marked because it's just not there. But the fact that they don't really have much for the museum related to that item, that was the first time we got that for the Philadelphia Railroad and Steamworks Museum that I'm putting together. So I'm like, yeah, it'd be good. It'd be nice to see, have an alternate, a backup. I don't know. We'll use it for different things, but the fact that I had one is pretty cool. But that goes in the art of saying no. There, I didn't say no because I had other options to use it. I could take it. I had some extra cash with me at that point in time, so I bought it. But what about the art of saying no in the office? The art of saying no in Scrum. Agile Tim Otter, who I follow on Twitter, posted a little video that talked about the whole circle and how they use the power of no to keep the backlog from getting out of control. And I said it's about the art of saying no. So I was thinking about that. I want to talk about that today. And it also generated for me the other day, I was in conversation with a manager about OKRs and how I commented that the OKRs they had weren't really OKRs and they weren't set up right way. It's like, well, they're not OKRs. This is not what you do. And he got very frustrated with me. So there I'm saying no, right? I'm basically saying no. I said, no, these are not OKRs. He got upset with me. He says, well, tell me what I got to do. I'm like, okay, I will. So we got a little thing. Probably everybody else in the room's like, oh God, here we go. Because he was right in saying, well, don't just say no to me. Tell me what I should do or help me figure out what I should do, right? And that's what he's frustrated with. But the problem was they weren't giving the time I needed to actually say what the alternative was. But what I did when I said no, it opened the door for the alternative. Yeah, it got a little touchy there. And some people are like, oh my God, what got a little testosterone going on here. And get a little heated, but that's okay. Let the frustration out. I said, now you let the frustration out, you're ready to go to work, right? Because if you bottle up that frustration, you can't go to work. So sometimes no is there, but the art of saying no, like if you have some customers that wants to get stuff done all the time, I'm going to give you a couple alternatives. You could say no. Backlog's too big. Oh, the sprint, we can only do 60 points a sprint or whatever it is, or 40 points a sprint or 5 points or 10, whatever. And no, we can't do it. You keep saying no all the time, it gets bad, right? You can't just be no, but you can't give in either. The key is alternatives, proposing alternatives. I want to give a couple of examples. One, an example of the OKR thing where I said, this is not an OKR. This will tell me, well, okay, I will. I don't think anybody was like, that guy will tell you how to do it. And I will share with what I've known and what I experienced and things I've read and how to do this. And I will share it with them. And I'm actually developing a proposal to share it with them. So, but I did give the no. So I said no. And yes, I will give you something, right? That shows you how to do this. Whether or not you do it or not, that is up to you, right? And those are the key things. I'm going to give it to you. Whether or not you want to do it, or we make somewhere in between, fine. We'll have a discussion. The other part of saying no is, let's say, the backlog. The backlog's too big. I'm going to give you an alternative that's no one really says. The alternative is, okay, we can only do so much. The backlog's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Customer wants all this stuff, which happens a lot when you don't deliver anything for years at a time. Just so you all know, I've seen teams, well, of course the backlog's big. And of course they want a lot of stuff because you haven't done shit for like years. So they got a lot of dreams and hopes and things in the backlog they want to get done. But because your organization hasn't delivered anything is why it's so big and why they get impatient and why they don't want to wait. And that's why you can't do monthly deliveries. And that's why you should do smaller deliveries, because they need to get something to satisfy that urge to finally get something out of your freaking office. There, I said it. But it wasn't about that person, but it's in general, because I've seen it so many times, is once you start delivering, they come in because they have such a backlog of wishes that never were fulfilled. It's going to happen once you start delivering. But that's why you got to deliver a lot in rapid fashion, because people get dissatisfied. I mean, come on, look how long we don't want to wait for a freaking coffee from Starbucks or whatever business you go to. The coffee is like, you wait too long. It gets annoying, right? You're wasting your time. So here's the alternative. Okay, let's say there is a lot of stuff. Determine the value of that stuff. Is that value of that stuff enough to warrant building another team to do more backlog? Just saying, you can say, well, we don't want to have, but you got to get rid of this backlog. You got to deliver what the customer wants. Maybe it does make sense to have another team or employ another team to add more capability, to add to the capacity, not to the existing team, but actually create an alternative, another team that can work in conjunction with the team that already exists. That is an alternative. And I don't see that enough. I say, well, we'll add 1 or 2 people. No, maybe you really just need to talk about having another team. I mean, you could add 1 or 2 people, but most places they kind of maxed out anyhow. The question is, do you add another team? So that's an alternative to saying, no, we shouldn't do any more with this team. But if let's examine the value of all the work. Is it gold plating or does it have real value, return on investment? And if it does, why don't we set up another team to also do the work? Because there's so much good out of this area that we need another team to get more stuff through. So that's an alternative. And you say, well, that doesn't apply, but you got to think about that, right? If there's that much backlog and you can't get it done, sometimes it makes sense to hire more people. Some people might take offense and worry about their jobs and all that stuff, but hey, the fact is you can't do more. I'm not going to ask you to do more. And I want to make sure you're happy and content. And I got to hire more people, but have that conversation also when that decision does come up. Share that with the team, because it's not about you getting more stuff. I want you to be happy with what you're doing. And we're going to bring another team and bring more people, because that way we can get more stuff done for the customers. So that's an alternative. That's the art of saying no. What are my options? How do I say no? But if you just keep saying no, without one, you could get more productive out of it, little incremental Kaizen stuff. Yes, you can. If your backlog is what you have in your backlog is going to take you 2 years to get done. If you take your velocity divided by the number of just stories, like how many stories is that normally? If it's like 10 stories a sprint and you got like 20 sprints worth of work in the backlog, maybe that's time to start another team, right? Simple math. You don't have to add all the points, do all the calculation, do all the fancy thing. If you get that much, it gives you a year. Okay. You can have a year to determine whether or not you're going to need it, or at least 10 sprints. And if you do 2-week sprints times 10, it's 6 months. Gives you 6 months to figure out what you're going to do. Right. So that's just an alternative. So it's about the art of saying no. Yes, say no, but what are you offering in return? Don't just say no, 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 no. No, here's what we can do. It's not a no, but it's a no, and here's what we can do to make it better. Or here, no, and here's an option we can try to get more stuff through. No, here's an alternative. And no, yes, I will give you that presentation, but we're going to talk about it, what you need to do. And you have to stand your ground a little bit. So I was giving a little no, this is just going to not get where you want to be. It's the truth. Anyway, but I wanted to share that no, or I went a little too far. I said, oh, shoot. Yes, I got caught up in the saying no thing, and I didn't offer the alternative in the moment, but I did there shortly after the venting of the stress came through. So sometimes you got to let people vent a little bit too. So anyway, that's what I have for today. The art of saying no. Say no, but give alternatives. Think about it. Find ways to do it. Hey, the backlog's getting bigger. What do we want to do to tackle it? You have to keep working on that to improve the process. And I guess that's it. Keep on scrumming. Oh, everyone's tired here. And I wish you the best day. And maybe you have some fun. Go do some Facebook marketplace stuff. I get some good deals yesterday. There was some good people out there that offer some good stuff without really charging a lot of money, which was nice because I don't have that much money. And I want to wish you all, maybe the one day this YouTube channel will bring it up. Oh, by the way, we did badge for 750 podcasts out there. So I'm going to put this on podcast shortly thereafter. And I did do the Toastmasters thing the other day. So that was fun. I got to record that and put that up. I'll put that up as a podcast also. And then I got Agile PA coming up in December. So I'll let you all know when that's coming up too. All right. Take care. Enjoy. Happy scrumming. And see you tomorrow. Bye.